precisely 1:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. 5 including ex-President Maithripala Sirisena ordered to pay compensation to Easter attack victims. Minister Mahinda Amaraveera says that the Ministry of Agriculture will provide a remarkable contribution to pay the salaries of state employees. Chairman of the Election Commission says that only judicial and legislature can be mediated for the preparation of election activities convened by the Commission. The President says that measures will be taken to safeguard the business community. Second batch of classified Biden documents found. We move on to local news in detail now. The Supreme Court has decided that former President Maithripala Sirisena, former Defence Secretary Hemasiri Fernando, former IGP Pujit Jayasundara, former National Intelligence Chief Sisira Mendis, and former Chief of the State Intelligence Nilantha Jayawardena have violated the fundamental rights by failing to prevent the Easter Sunday attacks despite receiving prior information. Accordingly, they were ordered to pay compensation to the victims of the Easter Sunday attacks. The order was issued by a 7-member Supreme Court judge bench when a plaint filed regarding alleged negligence and failure to prevent the terrorist attacks on April 21, 2019, was taken up this morning. The Supreme Court ordered former President Sirisena to pay 100 million rupees and former Defence Secretary Hemasiri Fernando to pay 50 million rupees in compensation to the victims of the Easter Sunday attacks. Meanwhile, the court ordered the former State Intelligence Service Director Nilantha Jayawardena and former Inspector General of Police Pujit Jayasundara to pay 75 million rupees each and National Intelligence Chief Sisira Mendis to pay 10 million rupees as compensation to the victims. The verdict was issued after 12 petitions that were filed by the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, the families of the victims of the attack, Catholic priests and several others were heard before a 7-member bench headed by Chief Justice Jayantha Jayasuriya. Minister Mahinda Amaraveera says that the Ministry of Agriculture will provide a remarkable contribution to pay the salaries of state employees this month as well. Explaining views to the national radio, the ministry was able to make a contribution last month. The income received for the sale of fertilizer was utilized in this regard. A request has been made from the Treasury to provide necessary finance to purchase paddy. Chairman of the Election Commission, Nimal Punchiheva, says that only judicial and the legislature can be mediated for the preparation of election activities convened by the Commission. The Commission is bound to act when the Parliament has approved any act by the legislature. He told SLBC that the Commission is bound to implement a court order that is provided by the judicial regarding an election. He also stated measures will be taken in future according to the verdict given by the courts. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
People's Bank Isuru Udana gift certificates, a valuable gift for any child.
Continuing with more stories here at home, President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that the concessions needed for entrepreneurs will be sought in order to safeguard the business community, and action will also be taken to delay the loans that have been obtained by them. He said that he has informed the central bank governor to take relevant measures in this regard. He made these remarks while participating in the Pratibha Abhishek 2022 held in Colombo yesterday. Minister of Power and Energy Kanchana Wijesekara met with officials of the Ceylon Electricity Board yesterday and discussed several matters of concern, including the proposed electricity tariff revision. Accordingly, Wijesekara discussed the cost-reflective electricity tariff revision, which was recently approved by the Cabinet with the Deputy General Managers of CEB yesterday, along with issues pertaining to the data and assumptions used to forecast the electricity generation and costs in this regard. Meanwhile, the potential reduction of the costs incurred by CEB was also discussed, while plans for an uninterrupted supply of electricity were also focused during the discussion. That's local news for the moment.
Your sister got him the most valuable gift of all.
My family will do anything for our child's future.
People's Bank Isuru Udana gift certificates, a valuable gift for any child.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The health sector has pointed out several diseases, including the kidney disease, can be prevented by following correct health guidelines. Most of the diseases have been caused due to consumption of excess salt, sugar, and oil. A considerable growth of non-communicable diseases can be seen in town areas, and more cases of kidney diseases have been identified from rural areas.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And on Watchlight, over 650 police special task force personnel have been promoted to their next rank. It has been reported that a total of 664 STF personnel were promoted to higher ranks yesterday. Accordingly, amongst the 664 personnel, 495 are police constables who were promoted to the rank of sergeant, while 111 sergeants were promoted to the rank of STF sub-inspector.
Coming up, World News.
World News headlines: second batch of classified Biden documents found. Sergei Surovic as commander of Ukraine invasion force. Indonesia's president acknowledges Indonesia's past human rights violations. World News in detail. U.S. President Joe Biden's aides have found a fresh batch of classified government records at a second location in a growing political embarrassment for the White House. The first cache was found at a private office in Washington, D.C. that Mr. Biden used after his vice presidency. The matter is under review by the U.S. Department of Justice. Former President Donald Trump is facing a criminal investigation for allegedly mishandling classified files. It was not yet clear yesterday when or where the additional tranche of files was found by Biden aides. President Vladimir Putin has removed Russia's top commander in Ukraine just 3 months after he was installed. Chief of the General Staff Valery Gerasimov will now lead what Mr. Putin terms a special military operation. General Gerasimov replaces Sergei Surovikin, who has overseen recent brutal attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure. The reshuffle comes as Russians claim they are making progress in eastern Ukraine after suffering a series of military defeats in recent months. Russia launched its invasion into Ukraine on 24th of February. Finally, on World News, Indonesian President Joko Widodo has acknowledged gross human rights violations in his country's history and vowed to prevent any repeat. He cited 12 regrettable events, including an anti-communist purge at the height of the Cold War. By some estimates, the massacres killed about 500,000 people. Mr. Widodo is the second Indonesian president to publicly admit the 1960s bloodshed after the late Abdurrahman Wahid's public apology in 2000. The violence was unleashed after communists were accused of killing 6 generals in an attempted coup amid a struggle for power between the communists, the military, and Islamist groups. That's on World News.
Development News.
Ancient reservoirs at the northern province will be reconstructed. Governor of the province, Jivan Tyagaraja, said that the objective of this move is to provide drinking water facilities to the people of the area. The provincial council has prepared an irrigational network at a cost of 150 million rupees.
Sports News is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
The second ODI between the visiting Sri Lankan team and the Indian team will be played at Eden Garden in Calcutta today. The match will begin at 1:30 p.m. At present, Indian team is leading at the tournament 1-0. The sports channel of the SLBC is ready to bring live commentaries of the match. Meanwhile, Darshan Madhushankar will not be available for the selection of the second ODI as he is still receiving treatment for his injuries sustained during the first ODI. That's on Sports News.
Go ekakthiyana youth ekat life eke change ekat niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapuhina habe karanna youth ekat niyamata set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Hatton National Bank won the coveted Best Corporate Citizen Sustainability Award 2022 at the 19th Best Corporate Citizen Sustainability Awards organized by the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. Sampath Bank and Nestle Lanka were judged the first and second runners-up, respectively.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekakthiyana youth ekat life eke change ekat niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapuhina habe karanna youth ekat niyamata set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Economic news, courtesy of... For the fifth consecutive year, LOLC is awarded People's Financial Services Brand of the Year at the 2022 Slim Kantar People's Awards. As the People's Financial Services Brand of the Year, LOLC continues to place the customer first, and this has won the hearts, minds and trust of Sri Lankans, with yet another prestigious award as proof of this lasting commitment. LOLC, imagine the possibilities.
The government says necessary measures have been taken to achieve the paddy purchasing mechanism. The expected paddy harvest is being received due to the concession provided to farmers. Discussions will be conducted on purchasing paddy from farmers.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall gold award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
Weather report.
The Met Department says that mainly fair weather will prevail over most parts of the island. That's the weather update, and before we conclude this bulletin of news, back to the headlines. 5, including ex-President Maithripala Sirisena, ordered to pay compensation to Easter attack victims. Minister Mahinda Amaravira says that the Ministry of Agriculture will provide a remarkable contribution to pay the salaries of state employees. Chairman of the Election Commission says that only judicial and legislature can be mediated for the preparation of election activities convened by the Commission. The President says that measures will be taken to safeguard the business community. Second batch of classified Biden documents found. With that, we conclude this bulletin of news.